Hi everyone and welcome back to Mass Effect Follower. So IGN just released a mind-blowing 17-minute gameplay video detailing all about Peebee's loyalty mission. And this footage that you're about to see was shown on IGN's YouTube channel. So please go check out their channel and also this gameplay video. Also, IGN will be uploading Mass Effect Andromeda footage throughout March as part of their IGN First scheme. The video starts off with Drac and Sarah Ryder going to see Peebee in what appears to be an escape pod. And I'm going to say straight out the gate that I'm loving how much more expressive the characters are able to be physically. Just have a look at the difference between Drac and all his swag that he's bringing in, compared to Peebee's tension and caginess. It really shows the progress we've made from the reused physical animations that BioWare had to rely on, and I'd like to applaud them for that. Ryder seems to be checking in on Peebee's emotional state, and it seems likely from the conversation that we get to hear that Peebee just had an emotional outburst directed at Carlo Jaffe because he won't find a place to land the Tempest. So Peebee decides to take matters into her own hands, and she jettisons the escape pod towards the planet, taking Drac and Ryder with her towards the planet, which is apparently comprised of volcanoes and jagged volcanic rocks, which somehow still looks stunningly gorgeous. It kind of reminds me of Mustafar from Revenge of the Sith. Carlo Jaffe then checks in to make sure everybody's okay, and despite barely a few lines of dialogue, we're already starting to get a handle on their personalities. We already know Sam is plugged into Ryder's armour and undoubtedly would have reported any injuries back to the Tempest, but he still feels the need to personally check in to make sure everybody's okay. Peebee, in contrast, is reckless, determined, and judging by her need to essentially kidnap Drac and Ryder into helping her, she seems to expect people to abandon her at the first sign of trouble. Honestly, from first impressions, she's reminding me a lot of Sierra from Dragon Age Inquisition. The brazen confidence in the face of danger, the non-stoppable attitude and roguish charm, all unpinned by an insecurity and isolation. But her sincere little apology gives the impression that she really does want Ryder to like her. If you thought that Ryder should have been able to yell at Peebee for risking their lives, you totally can. That part of the video was edited to avoid any story spoilers. Oh, and for those concerned that the mission seemed to rope Ryder into taking Drac specifically along with them, Mike Gamble has confirmed that you get to choose which squad mate goes with you. Ryder's ease at relying on Sam, who is a confirmed AI, seems unusual given how much of a big deal the concept of artificial intelligences was in the Mass Effect trilogy. And remember, the Andromeda initiative left for Andromeda between the events of Mass Effect 2 and Mass Effect 3. As someone who recently played Mass Effect 1, the quality of this running animations is incredible. Probably about on par with other current gen animations, but I'm saying I appreciate how far we've come from a technical standpoint. From what Sam says about the Remnant, I'm guessing that the ability to produce the little observer robots isn't exactly a common occurrence, leading me to wonder exactly what is this signal that Peebee's chasing down. Is this possibly the first fault we come across, and is it linked to the quest we first saw 5 months ago in the 4K tech trailer? I can't wait to see what other secrets we can uncover using the scanning feature, confirmed by Ian Fraser that it's part of the Omni tool, and while it's required for progress some of the time, you can optionally use it a lot more often. Speaking of the scanner, when it's being used you'll notice it says research data and then some little icons and numbers. Undoubtedly, this is our resources to create, and I'm guessing Pock may be a little observer buddy that Peebee reprogrammed. Does this mean that Peebee has a little robot butler? Although all of this talk of remnant programming makes me wonder what the standard observer is programmed to do, but then again, I guess the clue is probably in the title of that one. I'm loving the dynamic objective on the top right hand corner of the screen and how it changes and updates depending on what you're doing. It's a big improvement from the trilogy, where we had to dive into multiple menus. It really makes questing a lot more streamlined. As a fun little bit of trivia, this does mark the first time we've heard Peebee's full first name being said in game. For those who don't know, it's Pelesaria B. Sayil. Yeah, no wonder she goes by Peebee. And if you weren't sold on Peebee just yet, you should hear her little, oops. It just makes her so endearing. So this bit right here, sneaking past the assemblers and being credited as a totally legitimate way of handling the situation without making an arbitrary stealth mission out of it, just makes the whole mission feel a lot more fluid and dynamic. I can't wait to check out what other ways there are to solve some of these quest lines. Fingers crossed that BioWare have also expanded the multiple ways to achieve a goal, thinking into the story campaign as well, so you don't have quite the reliance on the Paragon Renegade divide that we were used to. Interestingly, we have Ryder's level in the top left hand corner, and something called the Nexus level in the top right hand corner. And this is cool, and could mean that the Nexus is a permanently evolving hub, possibly to bring trade or weapons back so that it can pay off in a much more meaningful way. Most of the skills look like that they were present in the trilogy, or things that have been announced in other gameplay videos. But what did catch my attention is the presence of a Remnant VI skill. Now that just delves into tons of potential narrative applications for this. I can't wait to see what sort of a role it plays in combat, because as an upgradable skill it must do something helpful in a battlefield situation. If at any point whilst watching this video you found Sam a little grating or hand-holdy through the footage, Mass Effect Andromeda producer Ian Fraser has clarified that Sam is a lot more chatty for this mission, in particular because of the introduction of new mechanics, chiefly using the Remnant drones and scanning in general. He won't be quite that talky for the entire game. The using of sniper scoped weapons seems vastly superior from the trilogy, and as someone who personally loves some long range combat, this is always nice to see. Oh, and then when a fan asked what Peebee's exact beef with Kalinda is, Mac Waters had this to say. Okay, I'm calling it now. They are totally ex-girlfriends, and I'm guessing Kalinda stole something of Peebee's, or framed her for something she didn't do. Kind of like Marjolaine and Leliana in Dragon Age Origins. Having a good look at the menus, I'm glad they decided to stick with credits as currency. It would have been way too irritating and jarring if they decided to create a whole new currency just for heading to Andromeda. But I'm almost certain that the barter system will come into play when dealing with the Andromeda races, and that credits as solely for interacting with races from the Milky Way, but that's currently unconfirmed. Now this is more of our gut instinct more than a theory backed up with evidence, but I'm guessing that when building Sam, Dr. Ellen Ryder somehow put part of her consciousness inside Sam's. It would mean that Mama Ryder did go to Andromeda with her family and manages to watch over her children as Sam, and of course monitors their health, biochemistry, and is basically aware of everything they do at all times. Oh god, this theory went really creepy really fast. Quick, let's think happy thoughts. Ah, that's better. On the whole, this mission kind of reminded us of the Reaper IFF mission in Mass Effect 2, where you crawl through a dead Reaper and end up having to fight your way out across multiple platforms, and the Firewalker DLC for Mass Effect 2 because of the lava. So we thought we should stop for a moment and offer another compliment to BioWare for the amazing sound design of everything in the sequence. Everything from the gun noises to the use of the jetpack to the sound of the Remnant just sounds incredible and just sucks me into their world. I wish I had more technical knowledge to more accurately describe it, but it just sounds incredible to me. Kudos, BioWare. Similar to what we have seen before and from Dragon Age regarding downed party members, instead of using an ability such as Unity, you'll have to revive them by being close enough and then holding a button to do it manually. And we're absolutely ecstatic that the little Krogan Wiggle is back in full force. Look at his little tail, it's so adorable. And well, that's all we managed to glean from this footage. What did we miss? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in Andromeda.